support of all the AG dolls that I want to get for the remainder of this year. First is Truly Me 66. This is the first doll I want to get. She's a Josefina mold with straight dark hair. And I never really had any interest in Josefina, like the base doll. But I think that Truly Me 66 with her, with the Josefina mold is very pretty. And I like her hair. It's a nice length, not too long, but long enough that it can still be styled without too much of a hassle. My linen Kavi doll, my Kavi doll linen, has short hair, but it's too short to really do anything with. But most of my dolls have curly or wavy hair at least. It'd be nice to have someone with straight hair, which can still be styled without too much work. The next doll I plan to get, preferably over the summer, is 67. I already have an idea in mind for both 66 and 67 as characters, and I plan to get 67 probably in the next couple of months. I like 67's long curly hair. It's not as short as my 44's, but it's still curly enough where it still has the same hairstyle as 44 and my 91. But I do like her eyes, and she will be my second Sonali mold. The next doll that I plan to get is 125, or 125. I've just recently been interested in 125. I have 127, and that's the only doll I have from the newest release. But 125, I think that she has beautiful blonde hair that's fairly long. It's like a Rapunzel, I think. Similar to Rapunzel, but like, not Rapunzel. But I do think her long, wavy hair is long enough that she could be a Rapunzel if styled well. I think her eyes are either hazel or green. Haven't done much research into it. But regardless, I love the shade of her eyes. And she is a light-skinned Josefina mold, and I don't have any light-skinned Josefina molds. I have like medium ones and like dark skin, but not any in her certain skin tone. I think it would be nice to add her into my collection and give her the personality that I envisioned that she would have in my collection. The next doll that I want to get is an Yvette. Not to make as Yvette. I do love Yvette, but I want to get an Yvette to customize. I want to make her into the Yvette that I envisioned, like, for a genuine Yvette that I think that she would be. I think that Yvette is beautiful, and I love her curly hair. I've passed on her, though, because I was kind of worried about it at the time. But now that I have 127, her hair is nothing. It's not as intimidating anymore. And I do think that I would want to give her a darker wig to customize her with. This is the customization idea I have for her, is her with a darker wig. Maybe a dark brown from Dallas Calico or something. But I do want to give her a darker wig. I might use her wig in the future for a different doll to customize, but I do plan on doing some customs over the summer. After I wig swapped my childhood Molly doll and gave her a new wig of 122, I think that I want to wig swap a few more dolls in the future. Next doll that I want to get at some point this year is Blair. I keep pushing Blair to the back burner because I keep there's more dolls that I want to get before Blair. Blair to me is unique. Like, I like her red hair and her green eyes and like the light-skinned Josefina mold that she has. But she's just not one that I would get like immediately. There's dolls that I want more than Blair, but I still want to get Blair at some point this year. Obviously, I wouldn't name her Blair because I do rename my dolls, even the named characters. But I think it'll be nice to add another girl figure in my collection, and I think that Blair has a very nice story. I haven't read her books, but I do know she's a farm girl who is a wedding planner, I think, and has a restaurant. And even though there's a lot of hobbies to put in one doll, I do think that she's unique in a sense, and I do love her red hair. I only have one other doll who has reddish hair. It's like a reddish auburn. I have Sage. So I think that Blair would have a nice, unique color of hair in my collection. The next doll I want to get this year is Grace, Girl of the Year 2015. She is one of my favorite Girl of the Years. I do plan on making a Girl of the Year ranking video. She'll probably be near the top. But I loved Grace ever since she came out. Me and my siblings watched her movie whenever we were younger. Even though we weren't collecting anymore, we still knew of her. And we still watched her movie and heard about her. And my sister was collecting at the time. She's 12, but she was collecting. And even though none of us got Grace, she did want Leah. So she wanted someone the next year. She did not get Leah. She got Luciana a couple years later, but she did not get Leah. But she did want her. So she was interested in Leah, so we knew of Grace because she was collecting. But I never had the chance to get her. And I think that her blue eyes and freckles and Josefina mold are very pretty, and I love her collection. I love the Paris theme. I think it's very unique. She has a lot of things in her collection that I really like, and she's one of my most favorite Girl of the Year collections. And I would definitely love to have her at some point this year. The last doll at this point of the year that I want to get is historical Nikki. I don't have a Joss mold. I'm not a fan of most dolls with the Joss mold. I do like Joss. At some point I might get Joss. Like if I see a Joss that I'm just like, oh, I would consider getting Joss. But I don't really have the Joss mold. I've never really been really interested in the Joss mold. But I do like Nikki's hair. And she's one of my favorites with the Joss mold. And I would get her at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this year or just in the near future, but I do plan on getting her at some point. And I think that it would be nice to have Nikki. I do not plan on getting her twin sister. I'm not really a fan of Isabel. I think she looks too angry to me. If I did get her, I would change her wig. Because I do like her eyes, but not with Isabel. I don't think they suit her, and to me they're really freaky. But I like Nikki's eyes, and I would definitely consider getting her.